The fucking former deputy director of the FBI is on Fox News literally saying like Hasan is the reason why this fucking attempt happened. And you're over here being like, don't cover the news. This is the news. What do you want me to do? What the fuck? Yeah, my argument isn't I'm just a Twitch streamer, so I'm as irrelevant as any regular person. My argument is I'm just a Twitch streamer compared to actually powerful people like the fucking president or even Dan Bongino, former deputy director of the FBI, Dan Bongino. Do you understand? The words are violence narratives only go in one direction, it seems, because it's being cynically weaponized against the left, and not just the left, but liberals in general. Anyone that has ever criticized the president. That's ultimately what this is. This is an exercise in criticism. This is an exercise in censorship. And if you can't comprehend that this is an exercise in censorship, you're a fucking idiot and you're not going to make it. Okay? See you in the goddamn concentration camps. All right, buddy? We're all going there. If you don't, lock the fuck in. Nice. Guy who helped cover up the Epstein files calling Hasan a zero is so funny to me. QRT here with the cheating scandal by the New York Times. Wasn't that like 2 apartments ago? That was 3 or 4. That was 4 ago. Yeah, we have a Blue Sky post of the suspect. I don't even want to call him like the shooter because did he even shoot like, or what did he shoot at? Like there's so much up in the air still. Of course, as always, we're going to go through the motions. We're going to go through everything. We're going to go through the noise. As you know, part of what I do is in the aftermath of breaking stories like this, specifically like attempts at political violence, instability, things of that nature, there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of biased framing, right? He's trying to get his numbers back up. What do you mean? There's a lot of biased framework that people work off of. There is there's a lot of there are a lot of inconsistent narratives that get thrown around, and and there's a lot of conspiracies. Just joined. Are they actually blaming you for this one? I can't believe these people. Yeah, I'm officially Trantifa. Okay, transgender Antifa. Because in the aftermath of any like attempted shootings, school shootings and the like, they would always say, oh, it's a transgender Antifa that's responsible for this violence without any actual evidence whatsoever. And I'll take it for you guys on the chin. Okay, I am officially the new transgender Antifa. Trans-Tifa. So you're saying you and Brace have a scheme of spread false narratives and clear things up the next day? Got it? Yeah, I am now officially the new version of transgender Antifa. I am also the CEO of transgender Antifa, obviously. Anyway, let's blast off. Mark Levin also tweeted about you. I know. The entirety of the right wing. The entire right wing is inside of my asshole right now. Okay, they are inside of my asshole digging it out. Let's be real. They have been using this, and I will continue to use this and every opportunity to blame me. And it's not just the right wingers as well. It's also people like this, like Clintonites, like right-wing Democrats as well. Did you see the Michael Treacy B story last night? I did. It was awesome. We'll talk about that as well. My goat, Michael Treacy, was also in the news as well for being the goat. Just probably the greatest, like contrarian that's ever existed. Someone had this as their news. There has to be other news. Hasan Piker clashes with Cambridge student over October 7 attacks. Hasan Piker and Dave Smith gear up for shoplifting debate. Hasan Piker hits top 3 on Twitch amid wealth backlash. No, these are trends that are serving. These are trends that are in specific. They're also automated and they're AI. So that's the reason why Nathan J. Robinson is seeing this stuff. Shabbos Kestenbaum, if you're a Democrat, continue to campaign with Hasan. Yeah, killed him. Killed those motherfuckers in the murder, motherfuckers in the streets. Then please shut the fuck up with being pretending. Trump is not Hitler. ICE is not Gestapo. Republicans are not Nazis. Yeah, it's really funny. I have noticed that virtually every single person that's doing this, Hasan is responsible for the shooting, happens to be a propagandist for the state of Israel. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. I've yet to see a single motherfucker that has been actively saying Hasan is responsible for this, not be a propagandist for Israel. Very strange stuff. We'll go through all of this, obviously. Senate Republicans linking you as well. Remember when Democrats spokesperson Hasan Piker, who campaigned with Abdullah, called him murder? Rick Scott? Democrats are shamelessly encouraging their base to use violence against conservatives. It's funny because, like, then there are also fans of the Republican Party that are just like, what are you doing about it? Like, you're not even doing anything about it. They're just like tuning up their audience to try to take care of me, I guess. In any case, you should come to Montreal for a hockey playoff game. You should have a break from all of this, far from all this. Nah, we're still going. We're still going. They're going after Neb now, bruh. The journalist at the White House Correspondents' Dinner yesterday, do it refers to killing Trump. Yeah, they're also saying Taylor Lorenz is responsible. There's photos of the shooter on social media wearing an IDF sweatshirt. That sounds like fake news to me. I saw that. There isn't enough evidence that that's real. I would bank on that being fake. Yeah, I would bank on that being fake. I would bank on that being AI. I'll be honest. Look up defamation. It's an insanely high bar to clear, but you need to start revving up lawyers. Guys, I beg you, please live in the fucking real world, okay? Live in the real universe. There's no way to like successfully sue people for defamation. At this point, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's like every single news outlet is doing it, okay? I am a fucking public figure. As long as they don't say that I literally did this murder, they just simply imply it. They're mostly in the fucking clear. Holy shit. God damn, Americans. Oh my God. You guys are so fucking litigious. Every American is the same, bro. They all think you can sue your way out of it. Like, this is not how it works. You can't do that. Okay. That's just not a thing. That's not a thing you can do. Anyway, his manifesto's out too, which clearly I'm not allowed to fucking read. So I'll just go through some in the news reporting that's coming out of it, because people will use this as an opportunity to try to fucking get me banned off the platform again. Okay. But yeah, apparently Scott Jennings blames Hakeem Jeffries for this rhetoric. When another guest mentions the death of Melissa Hortman, Jennings accuses her of downplaying violence. Candidates are campaigning with Hasan Piker. Buddy, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a no you, okay? It's a no you moment. It's a no you moment, and these guys are very clearly fucking hitting the no you. Look at Hasan Piker. I'm a fucking Twitch streamer, okay? I'm a goddamn Twitch streamer. If you think that words are violence, okay? First of all, if you're a Republican, you can't say words are violence, okay? You just can't. You're not allowed, because Republican rhetoric is unbelievably violent. But if you say words are violence, then what the fuck does that do to the president? Like, what are you talking about? You can't be like defending the president and defending the Republican Party and then turn around and go, words are violence. Look at this fucking Twitch streamer. It's like, yeah, dude, you found a clip of me LARPing in 2018, 8 years ago, to like 30 fucking people that are watching, and you're plastering it all over the timeline to be like, this is the guy, as though this is like my advocacy, as though I'm running around fucking demanding that landlords get shot and killed or some shit on a regular basis in 2020 fucking 6, or in any other time outside of that one clip from fucking 2018. It's ridiculous. It's like already discussed endlessly as well. It's something that has been discussed already. You're just desperate. You're desperate to hold on to anything that you possibly can. Are the reports of the shooter supporting the idea verified? No, they're not. It's fake. It's fake news. Ugh. Anyway, like you can't be like, oh, the left is incredibly violent and dangerous when one, most of the liberal elected representatives, even left elected representatives are pretty, pretty chill with their rhetoric. Like they are even too restrained from my estimations. I think they are unbelievably restrained for the most part. Also, I have no, like, while this is political football, for the record, while there is this like obvious political football taking place between the Republicans trying to blame the entire left and like saying, oh, Hasan is the most violent person that's ever existed, there are also people who are using this as an opportunity to entertain their favorite content creators' personal grievances, like Ethan Klein, IDF's strongest soldier, Ethan Klein, and his community on Reddit, the Sex Pestiny as well, in his community. They're all using this as an opportunity while, presenting themselves as liberals and centrists. They're also pushing this fucking right-wing line, this right-wing narrative, not realizing that is going to snap back on them as well. This administration is a fascist administration. They make no distinction between your statements that are anti-Trump as well and my statements. You're a fucking idiot for leaning in to this admin. You're an absolute fucking moron, and you are going to get your comeuppance just like I will, okay? If I'm going to the camps, you're going to be there by my side. I hope you understand that. You're a fucking moron, okay? Lock in. If you are a liberal right now and leaning into this ridiculous narrative, the idea that the left is so violent, oh, this Hasan guy, we got to get him out of here. You're a short-sighted, self-defeating, fascist collaborator who does not understand that they are presenting this as a false frame, a false narrative, okay? They do not care. They are not going to ever make a distinction. Yeah, it's funny because, like, this is the type of shit that Destiny and his community engaged in, except, of course, all of the fucking Republicans are going to turn around and now also attack Destiny in the same way. Never forget how immediately after Charlie Kirk's assassination, Destiny stated that we need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed. When they go to events, the left consistently calls for us to be killed/hurt and then cheer when we're killed. Wake up to where we're at. They're so stupid. They're so fucking stupid. They're unbelievably stupid. This is so much better than watching clips on YouTube, Lamau. Yes, it is better. You get to do it in real time. Yeah, right-wingers have been using the Destiny subreddit like a breeding ground to create a narrative that the left is unbelievably violent. These stupid fucking liberals do not realize, these self-described stupid fucking liberals who consistently collaborate with the right, by the way, so I don't even think they're actual liberals. They end up giving an opportunity to the right to make a coherent argument, to make a consistent, coherent narrative that's ultimately inconsistent because they're still right-wingers, obviously. It won't stop with me. It won't start with me. It won't stop with me. These people don't fucking understand it. They think, oh, in the short term, we'll be able to eliminate my sex cult leader's least favorite content creator. I'll fight this war. Okay? I'll fight this battle. You think you'll be able to, quote unquote, take care of me by leaning into the Republicans. It's not going to end with me. It never ends with just the leftmost person. Okay? This is exactly what happened in Nazi Germany as well. First, they came for the communists. Remember? This is total mental illness, okay? In 2 to 3 weeks, the far-right cramp studied the Destiny Wiki and all their angles of attack and drama to use on you, but also the broader left. So goddamn stupid. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Big props to Mallory McMorrow, third way tweet, and Sarah Longwell for allying herself with mega fascists like Laura Loomer, gifting her cover to try and criminalize free speech on the left. How come Hasan Piker isn't in jail? They did this shit. Yeah, I already covered this. What? Valid question. No, I won't because I'm white. I'd rather be stupid than dumb like you. Valid question. Okay, dude, take an hour off. This is a great opportunity for a lot of liberals, a lot of right-wing liberals, and a lot of centrist liberals. Okay. Wait, what? Are you just simply a Twitch streamer or a public figure? I think there's a big difference between those two definitions. How do you square that? No, there isn't. A Twitch streamer is a public figure. I've never said I'm not a public figure. But there's a distinction between a public figure and the motherfucking president, okay? There's a distinction between a public figure and the entire right-wing media machine. I am a political commentator. I'm one person. I'm a political commentator with a perspective that's not commonly shared by the overwhelming majority of mainstream anchors. I'm a political commentator who is a public figure that is on the left, that is not within the neat confines of acceptable speech in mainstream news. Now, of course, that's changing a little bit, and that's precisely the reason why there's a little bit of growing pains here with even the center-right forces, with even the center-right forces in the Democratic Party actively pearl-clutching, actively trying to lean into this disciplining operation to be like, no, this kind of speech, we're going to hyper-focus on like anything we can, clip out of context, and go crazy over. And we're going to do these like smear campaigns with the hopes that we can stop this like left flank movement from growing in popularity. We see that as a real threat to our institutional persuasive capabilities, and we're not shy about actively collaborating with the right and even the far right to do so. That's what's going on, and that's what's been going on for the past 3 months at this point, right? What? Saying you're a Twitch streamer discounts what you really are? Close the chat. Oof. Yes, dude. I closed the chat because this is not a productive conversation to have right now. It doesn't fucking matter. Yes, I have some level of influence. What do you want me to say? It's not like I deny that. I do have some level of influence. I am a public figure. I'm a political commentator. My point was Hasan leans on I'm just a Twitch streamer as a crutch. What is the point that you're making? Like, what's the argument here? Take some accountability. Is that what you're going to say? Is that your fucking argument? You have the entire right-wing media ecosystem actively trying to foment death against someone like myself. And you're over here being like, take some accountability. Take your medicine, please. We need to stop with this like unbelievably autistic framework that we operate off of on the left. This is the argument that I'm presenting to you, okay? Jesus Christ, dude. I'm comparing myself to the fucking president. Do you think I'm more influential than the American president? Are you fucking stupid? Learn how words work, please. Jesus Christ. I don't have a fraction of the fucking power that the president has. I don't have the fraction of the power that the actual politicians have. Okay? Stop trying to fucking rage bait me. Motherfuckers over here being like, debate me, bro, debate me. You're not motionless. I know. I'm not saying that. I love you, but you agreed to take some shit from the media in order to shed light on important issues and cause so we can cover some news that's not about you. I love you. Hello, Hasan. Yeah. Unfortunately, this also ties back into what the news is covering. What do you want me... Like, I don't know what to say, man. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? The fucking former deputy director of the FBI is on Fox News literally saying like Hasan is the reason why this fucking attempt happened. And you're over here being like, don't cover the news. This is the news. What do you want me to do? What the fuck? Yeah, my argument isn't I'm just a Twitch streamer, so I'm as irrelevant as any regular person. My argument is I'm just a Twitch streamer compared to actually powerful people like the fucking president or even Dan Bongino, former deputy director of the FBI, Dan Bongino. Do you understand? The words or violence narratives only go in one direction, it seems, because it's being cynically weaponized against the left, and not just the left, but liberals in general. Anyone that has ever criticized the president. That's ultimately what this is. This is an exercise in criticism. This is an exercise in censorship. And if you can't comprehend that this is an exercise in censorship, you're a fucking idiot and you're not going to make it. Okay? See you in the goddamn concentration camps. All right, buddy? We're all going there. If you don't, lock the fuck in. They want to make it so that it is illegal to say the president is a pedophile or the president is a Nazi or even the president is bad. Okay? That's precisely the reason why this is happening. They have done this before. They did this in the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk assassination. They did this in the aftermath of every single instance of political violence. How is this news for many of you at this point? You're in here every single fucking day. You're in here day in and day out. This is not a conversation about me. I am a placeholder right now for transgender. I'm a placeholder right now for Antifa transgender. I'm a placeholder right now for every liberal that's fomenting violence, that's inciting violence, for saying that the president's a fucking Nazi, okay? How is that hard to comprehend? And it's coming from the most cynical assholes that traffic in the most violent sentiment with regular frequency. Violence baked in to their rhetoric, violence baked into their policy prescriptions, and violence outside of that as well, like direct incitement of violence. The goddamn president wanted to do a genocide on the Iranian population only 2 weeks ago. That's violence. That's like the maximum violence. The president came out and basically delivered Hitlerian thought on the timeline. You can sit here and try to be like, oh, dude, here we go again. Hasan talking about himself again. Way to make this about you. But what the fuck do you want me to do? They're on Fox News using this major news story where there's maximum attention to do two things. One very funny and one somewhat worrisome. The funny one is to promote the ballroom, okay? To promote the ballroom, which I think is awesome. Like the right wing in unison, moments after the White House Correspondents' Dinner ended, went on the timeline as though there was a messaging campaign that was released, as though they were doing like SpawnCon, and started talking about how this is why we need the ballroom. Okay? It was unbelievable. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. I noticed it early, right? And I said the president will probably also deliver a speech talking about the necessity of the ballroom. It's very clear. That was the funny part, okay? And that is also part of the reason why liberals now think that this is an active conspiracy theory. Here are some of the MAGA accounts tweeting in unison about the need for a White House ballroom following the White House Correspondents' Dinner incident. Can you stop fueling conspiracy theories? Was New York Times in on it too because they wrote about the ballroom earlier in the same day Jesus Christ used your brains? No, I think it's important, by the way. I disagree with Talia here for two reasons. One, it is a conspiracy theory, for sure. I will tell you what my actual position is. I don't think this was a I don't think that this was an attempt, like a psyop to promote the ballroom. I think they're using it to promote the concept of building this ballroom, because they're saying this necessitates a ballroom that's like super secret, all this stuff. Okay? But it's very obvious that these guys are coordinating. They are coordinating. It's true. I mean, look at this. Like, we didn't even know if someone was shot or killed, and these guys were immediately going, this is why we need a ballroom. This is why we need a ballroom. This is why we need a ballroom. Come on now. But of course, this stuff isn't just out in the ether, okay? This stuff isn't just out in the ether. They don't just like deploy this messaging campaign and then everyone goes, all right, yeah, this is why we need a ballroom. What ends up happening, as a matter of fact, is liberals see this stuff and they go, well, that's strange. That's strange. That's interesting. The left moves in lockstep. Yeah, I wish the left moved in lockstep. I wish left and even liberals could be as organized as the right is. Okay? I wish. My dream is for the left to offer a fraction of the fight to the right that they offer to themselves. Liberals are constantly fighting leftists. Leftists are fighting liberals. Leftists are fighting each other. Okay? We are unbelievably disorganized. We are unbelievably decentralized, unbelievably disorganized. We're constantly fighting against ourselves rather than fighting the fucking fascists. That's my argument. My argument is unite against the fascists for one day, please. Is it possible to do this? I do it all the time. People say, Hasan, you criticize Democrats nonstop, you fucking piece of shit. Guess what? When the Democrats do something appropriate, like, for example, the Virginia redistricting initiative, what did I do? I celebrated it. I cherished those moments, okay? Because I want the Democrats to do the right thing. I want the Democrats to actually fight back against the growth of fascism in this fucking country. All I'm demanding in return from the Democrats is to do the fucking same. Instead of leaning in to these unbelievably disingenuous campaigns to make it seem as though there is like any sort of real violent rhetoric coming from the fucking left. If you are a liberal right now and you think this is a great opportunity for you to purge your left flank by collaborating with the Republican fascists, you're a fucking idiot, okay? Not only do you not understand what is happening in front of your eyes, what's unfolding in front of your eyes, but you are designing the same mechanisms of censorship that will inevitably put you in prison too. Okay? That's it. How, honestly, should we even give a fuck if conspiracy theory about Trump faking assassinations is going viral because I do not care? Real leopards ate my face moment for them. Yeah, I'm just telling you what my actual analysis is. I'm going to always be honest with you. Yeah, I think the likelihood that a Kamala supporting blue sky centrist liberal was actually tapped by the president so that he could do a psyop, a fake false flag attack, so he could try to boost his approval ratings and then simultaneously justify building the ballroom and maybe even potentially justify crackdowns on leftist thought, leftist speech, is a little silly in comparison to the likelihood that this dude just fucking snapped in one of the most violent countries on the planet with access to an arsenal of weapons and wanted to take matters into his own fucking hands, right? I think that it's a little bit of a stretch. Having said that, will I get in the way of the unbelievable amount of conspiracy? Well, sucks to suck, Republicans. You built your bed. Now sleep in it, okay? Turns out two can play that game. Turns out it's actually unbelievably effective to undermine the coordinated messaging that Republicans engage in when the liberals also arrive at similar conspiratorial conclusions. It's the first time where it ostensibly is not even a MAGA person that has tried to do an attempt, for the record.
Oh, last week I told you guys that all of MAGA is paid and they coordinate their messaging in lockstep via group chats. And what do you know? All of these people came to the conclusion that after they saw what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, their first thought was all independently, Trump needs his ballroom. The statistical likelihood of this happening in a vacuum, if we are to stipulate that these people are not coordinated, the statistical likelihood of this happening, that they all came to the same conclusion, not probable, okay? I think it's also important to note that one of the main group chats in which they coordinate this messaging is literally called Fight, Fight, Fight after the attempt on Trump's life in Butler. Okay, and this has the official Trump War Room, members of the administration, including James Blair, and all your favorite MAGA influencers. And I would log on and show you more of these messages, but I can't log on to Twitter because they're suing me for $75,000.
Why did the lady on Fox News say Leavitt's husband told her to be careful, though? I mean, it makes sense. It could be about any. It could literally just be like regular Republican, the regular old Republican fucking paranoia that is demonstrated all the time. You know. Don't you think libs are going to be mad when they realize that the Piker Broadcasting Service is brought to you by the viewers, for you, the viewers? Yes. Liberals will not be mad about that. Liberals will recognize that PBS, the People's Broadcasting Service, also known as the Piker Broadcasting Service, is brought to you by the viewers, for you, the viewers. The only way to subscribe, the only way to support the show is by subscribing. Anyway, let's get started here first, and then we'll get to the commentary around it.